Skating has been a part of my life as long as I can remember.
It's everything that we do in Canada.
My dad said it was so important to learn how to swim and learn how to skate. Those were two Canadian things we had to know how to do.
It's just passed on from generation to generation. You know, we just all love to skate.
On December 10th, in celebration of our country's favorite winter sports, the Galt Arena Gardens joined hundreds of communities from coast to coast to participate in the Canada 150 Skating Day.
Today we are hosting the Canada 150 Free Skate, and Cambridge Turbos, Cambridge Regent Association, partnered with the City of Cambridge to host this event. We received a grant to rent the ice, pay for any extra things like the lumberjack, stilt walker, and we just wanted to celebrate with the community, celebrate the Canada 150th birthday, and then as well show that the Cambridge Turbos Ringette are here in the community and want to be part of it and celebrate with all these kids coming out, teach them how to skate, show them that there's this different sport that maybe they don't know about. Cambridge Ringette Association, we've been around for almost 50 years, and we can start as young as 3 years old. You can play as old as, some of them are over 40 now. It originated as a girls' sport, but we do have boys playing in it as well. And so basically Ringette is a game on ice, so that is how it's similar to hockey, but everything about the rules, the way it's played, it's completely different. It's more like soccer and basketball rules, and lacrosse, based on fun, skill, and ability, less contact and ferociousness. But it definitely is a great sport for kids to come out, learn to skate, learn to play, teamwork, all those life skills that you move on with throughout your years. You make friendships that last a lifetime.
Steeped in hockey history, the Galt Arena Gardens opened in January of 1922 and is one of the oldest continuously operated ice hockey arenas in the world.
There's quite a bit of history through the Gault Terriers, the Gault Hornets, the Cambridge Hornets, the Cambridge Winterhawks, the Allen Cup winners, Sutherland Cup winners. There has been a lot of NHL future stars and stars come through here and play on this ice surface. The likes of Gordie Howe, Terry Sawchuk, Kurt Maltby, Brian Little, Todd Harvey, Ryan Ellis, playing in the NHL right now. It dates back to a lot of ex-NHLers that played maybe some pro hockey that ended up coming back and playing for some of these teams, like the Cambridge Hornets, the Gault Hornets. They'd come back from their pro careers and end up playing in their hometown, representing their hometown. If you weren't sure who was here, there's a lot of history around this building. You just walk around and look on the walls. There's lots of names and pictures in all the trophy cases and in all the boxes that will give you a great history of what and who's played in this arena. 63, 64, my father actually was a rink rat down here. They lived just up the road here on Brook Street, and they've spent all their weekends down here watching the Gault Terriers, Gault Hornets, and then turned to Cambridge Hornets. They actually worked as rink rats down here back when they actually had to shovel the ice and use the barrels to flood the ice, so they would have a big crew of young kids to clean off the ice. So my father ended up getting a job. My Uncle Bruce ended up getting a job working with my father. Then he started working here after my father ended up leaving, and he started as an arena attendant. I believe he was hired in 1969, but you can't quote me on that. And then as I was a young boy, I remember coming down here as he was an arena manager. Then I used to come down and watch the Cambridge Hornets play in the late 70s and early 80s, and he was the arena manager down here. And then he became the arena director of the city of Cambridge. After that, I ended up getting hired onto the city of Cambridge, but just worked in a different area. And then his daughter and his son both worked here as in the canteen and as a rink rat. And then his one son became an arena attendant for Galt Arena. And now he's moved on, and I've been recently offered the job of taking care of Gault Arena. It's been in our family since 1963. We've been part of this arena. All my memories of growing up and playing hockey have all come from inside these walls. My Uncle Bruce and actually his son Mark are on the mural right beside Gordie Howe back there. His daughter Claire's in another part of the mural is working in the ticket booth concession. There's quite a few city workers over the time. Tony Ribella, who I just replaced, he's in the mural. Brian Schwantz, who I worked for, he was a manager down here in Gault Arena. There's a lot of history of the city in that mural. A lot of people have come back and forth through the doors of this building.
This building, Galt Arena Gardens, I know it as Shade Street Arena, but it's far more than that. You know, we've had countless hockey games here. I watched the Winterhawks as a kid coming in here, the Galt Hornets. This place, like if the walls could talk, right? It's just, you know, what happened in those dressing rooms, what kind of coach speeches, you know, what kind of captains cheering on and getting their players ready for the big game. You know, how many championships, how many cups were hosted in this place. When they did the renovations, I remember them finding the wood ceiling, the dome. There's just so much history here, and to be able to come into this place and host a free skate and let these kids be like, I skated where the Cambridge Winterhawks skated, or I skated where Cambridge figure skating names skated, or whatever the sport. Even our turbos, you know, national ringette players who have won championships, and we just, Mississauga hosted the international tournament. You know, these people, they've skated in this place and done amazing things. And so by being here, we're able to celebrate 150 years of Canada. We're able to celebrate all the years of the Galt Arena Gardens. And yeah, if the walls could talk, for sure. For myself, I started skating before I could actually walk. So my dad said it was so important to learn how to swim and learn how to skate. Those were two Canadian things we had to know how to do. And it just, with the snow and ice of pond freezes over, and you get out there and you pick up, you know, a game of pond hockey or pond ringette, and you go skating, and all the community comes together at that pond for some activity, and then it always ends with hot chocolate or you know, maybe even a hot dog roast out over an open fire or something. It's just, that's what we love. You know, yes, it's a cold day. Yes, there's wind and snow and whatever else in between, you know, but it's about being outside, it's being part of the community, it's being active. Physical activity is so important for kids. And I think we lose that sometimes. Kids aren't outside as much. So when we can go out and go skating on a day like today, like all these, you know, almost 200 people here today, just having fun, laughing. They're off the couch, they're out of the house, they're meeting friends that maybe they haven't seen in a while. Let's go to the rink, let's go for a skate, and let's share that hot chocolate afterwards. It's just the Canadian thing to do.
It's just passed on from generation to generation. You know, we just all love to skate. We love to be out on the ice, if it's indoors or outdoors. It's a small rink, a big rink. It's part of our history. Maybe it's in our blood. I'm not sure, because of being a Canadian and wanting to go out and do an activity, and it seems like everybody loves to come and skate.
As a kid going over to the arena, being the only person on the ice, and there's still that mist above the ice level because it's, you know, first thing in the morning, and the humidity in the air. and the sound of your blade cutting into the ice, and there's just something magical about it. You know, it's just you and your blades on that piece of ice, and you just skate, and you're alone with your thoughts. You're alone with the rhythm of your heartbeat. You're just skating. You're loving this amazing sport. Like, yes, it's a skill. You have to have balance and agility and everything, but there's a dance to it. There's that beauty in skating. So when you see that ringette player or the hockey player or just a figure skater skating, and they glide and they twist and they turn, and whether they have a stick in their hand or not, there's just something so magical about being out there and skating.
It's the enjoyment, it's the excitement. If you're just skating, or if you're playing in a hockey game or in a practice with your son, or it's everything that what we do in Canada. We wake up, we want to watch hockey on TV, we want to watch hockey in the Olympics, we want to watch World Juniors, we want to be part of everything. And if just you can have a little part of that on your own out on the ice with yourself, just thinking who you could be when you were a kid. You hear all the NHL guys talk about it all the time, you know. It's what they dreamed about or what they imagined they were doing when they were young boys out on the ice. You know, they're going to win the gold, or win the Stanley Cup, or win the championship game for whatever reason. That's what it's about. That's what the skating's all about.
I wouldn't know what life would be like. I don't want to know life without skating. I love it so much.